today on Niger Tourism Radio, your number one, the foremost, the topmost tourism radio in Nigeria. A radio that explains to you all about tourism.
For the coming generation. I say, where is the hope for Africa? I say, where is the hope for Nigeria? I say, where is the hope for my people? I say, where is the hope for my country? I say, where is the hope for the coming generations?
Baba, jẹ́ ìjọba rere, ìfẹ́ tirẹ̀ ní ká ṣe. Baba, jẹ́ ìjọba rere, ìfẹ́ tirẹ̀ là ṣe. Baba, jẹ́ ìjọba rere, ìfẹ́ tirẹ̀ ní ká ṣe. Baba, jẹ́ ìjọba rere, ìfẹ́ tirẹ̀ là ṣe. Wọ́n mi jẹ́ lójú.
If you understand Yoruba language, the song you're just enjoying is from Daddy Sax. And the lyrics says, "Oh Lord, let thy kingdom come." He said, where is the hope of our country? Oh Lord, we pray that you intervene. But today, you're with your number one boy, the sweet boy, the sugar boy. I'm a man of enchanting physiognomy. I'm a man of many degrees and character. If you yell Talenu, that's the boy right there. My name is Solomon Stephen Sunday. You can call me the young prof because I'm always learning, I'm always young. Now, today we dive straight into the program where we're talking about Lagos Diaspora Festival happening in Badagry.
Look at my people, they're suffering and smiling. Oh, my people, they're struggling and smiling. And I read Nigerian.
I'm always happy when listening to good music, especially one that preaches humanity, one that preaches what is happening in the country. Look at my father, Fela. He was a very beautiful musician because he was preaching what is happening to us, what is really paining us and what is going on with us. God bless Daddy Sax for this one. Now we go straight. And when we say Lagos Diaspora Festival, Badagry, we all know diaspora are people overseas, people across other nations. And when we say the festival happening in Badagry, where is Badagry? When we say Badagry, Badagry is an historic city and an ancient city in Lagos, Nigeria. And as we all know the quotes, Nigeria know they carry last. The same way Badagry know they carry last. If you first hear Badagry, what comes to your mind? Is it the first story building? Is it the first church in Nigeria? Is it the first primary school in Nigeria? Is it the first well? Is it the first well in Nigeria? And also, is it the Bible, the Yoruba Bible that we all read now, all over Nigeria, compiled together by the late Bishop Ajayi Crowther, here, right here in Badagry? And then is it the story of the slave trade?
for the coming generations.
Bàbá jẹ́ kí ìjọba rẹ dé. Ìfẹ́ tí
You know, when we talk about everything first, Badagry comes first. Because when we talk about infrastructure, housing development, all this real estate that is growing and becoming very big up there in Lekki started right from here. Because the first story building, the first building that looks like two in Nigeria, was built first in Badagry. Talking about educational level now, the first primary school in Nigeria was here in Badagry. Religiously, the first church in Nigeria here in Badagry. When we talk about social amenities, providing water, providing this and that, the first well in Badagry. So Badagry know the carriers. And the same way, I don't know if you know history, but way back in 1842, even all the jolly, all the enjoyments, the merriment, the partying, it's erupted in Badagry, because you would see the first Christmas party in Nigeria happening in Badagry back in 1842.
An average Nigerian kò lè dábọ̀ mú, kò lè dálé gbèsè. Ṣẹ́nu ìrora yìí la máa wà tàbí máa ṣèjọba sẹ́. Ṣẹ́nu ìrora yìí la máa wà.
So when we talk about the slave trade, which is the most popular, Badagry is known for that, the point of no return, so this makes us the NIDCOM, the Nigeria Association for People in Diaspora. They came together and they thought that there should be a platform whereby people who've lost their way, people who have lost their names, their ownership, their place, they could all come back and do what? Be together, merry, rejoice, and sensitize ourselves.
Ooh, we speak the voice of the people. Ooh, we be the voice of the masses. The masses are dying every day. Ooh, we speak the voice of the people.
Who would be the voice of the masses? Right here, shout out to Mrs. Abike Dabiri, the chairman of NIDCOM, NIDCOM, because she is the CEO, and they are a very, very right hand in leading this prospect. And now introducing the festival itself. This year's edition is tagged Fourth Door of Return. Fourth door of return. If you can think back, just think back in history, you would see even right now in Badagry, there's a place called the Point of No Return, where the slaves went and were believed never to return. But now we have the fourth door of return, which means the Point of No Return is now a place for our people out there to come back to their motherland.
Gàrí ló mú sùn, ọlọ́pàá fẹ́ lágbára, ìjọba fẹ́ lágbára, aṣòfin fẹ́ lágbára, amòfin fẹ́ lágbára.
This is the fourth edition of this fantastic and wonderful program and festival. Back then, when the whites came and would take people in their 300s per day and take them over to countries, Brazil, American, and the fourth door of return is an opportunity for the diasporans who have lost their way and freedom to slavery or through their forefathers. They are now given the opportunity through the African Door of Return experience, ADOR, and hosted by His Excellency, the Lagos State Governor, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to experience home again, while we project the heritage of the African culture and showing the highlights of tourism in Badagry. I myself am a testifier that the first, second, and third edition were fantastic, and that this fourth one, no be small. And for you to confirm, Dr. David Anderson was one of the testifiers. He posted it on his Facebook page, I think some days ago. He's the founder and senior pastor of Bridgeway Community Church. You know, and this is given to us through the opportunity of Need Come and Adore. So now we all are to come together, celebrate the heritage of culture of Africa, of Nigeria, of Lagos, and famously of Badagry.
The voice of the people, who will be the voice of the masses. The masses are dying every day. Who will speak the voice of the people? Who will speak the voice of the masses? The masses are dying every day. Salo fẹ́ gbà wá lẹ́ o nínú ìrora tá a kóra sí. Sàlàkókò fẹ́fẹ́ wa bó bá wá bó bá ó kú lẹ́sẹ̀ man and dominate. His fellow man and dominate. His fellow man. Ó kú ló kú. Ẹ̀bà ló jẹ́sùn o, bóòkú ló kú, gàrí ló mú sùn. Bóòkú ló kú, ẹ̀bà ló jẹ́sùn rẹ̀. Bóòkú ló kú, gàrí ló mú sùn. Ọlọ́pàá fẹ́ lágbára o, ìjọba fẹ́ lágbára, aṣòfin fẹ́ lágbára rẹ̀ o. Amòfin fẹ́ lágbára, ọba fẹ́ lágbára rẹ̀ o, ìjòyè fẹ́ lágbára, aṣòfin fẹ́ lágbára rẹ̀ o, ìjọba fẹ́ lágbára. Ẹ fi àjò lódodo fi àjàrà ìṣe o lórí o. Who will speak the voice of the people? The masses are dying.
Hello, good evening, my people at home there. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Naija Tourism Radio. As you all know, your only girl, Nkponu Mauzonsu Christiana, aka Oluwatosin, the only girl that loves speaking English most times, and no be say I no sabi my papa language. So today, you welcome this evening. How is work since morning? Hope it is not stressful. Are you okay? I think everything is going on fine, and the traffic out there, hope it is not much over there. And those of you that have gotten home, hope you've taken your dinner, relaxing. So listening to us right now, don't forget to share and comment on our Facebook page, Naija Tourism Radio, and Instagram, Naija Tourism Radio. So today, welcome to an exclusive interview with the three organizers of Diaspora Festival in Badagry here that is going to happen very soon. I'm sure you are not going to miss out. So, àwọn Yorùbá máa ń ní pé ká má ṣáájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́pẹ̀dẹ́. So I will love it if my guests in the house, my visitors, to introduce themselves. So sir, please, can we hear your name, sir?
Well, my name is Peter Olaide Mesewaku. I am the program and artistic director of African Renaissance Foundation.
So my people at home, you can hear that is Mr. Peter Olaide Mesewaku. He is a tourism practitioner of international repute and also the program and artistic director of African Renaissance Foundation. That is AREFO. He is also the organizer of the festival that we all know about, Diaspora. So, sir, please, can we hear your name?
My name is Anagosho. I'm a member of the African Renaissance Foundation. I'm the manager for historical monuments.
So you can hear that is Mr. Anago Osho, the manager of historical monuments, and is also one of the organizers as well. Why the third person you are going to hear from the third guest very soon.
This is a struggle for development of Badagry division. Ta ló sọ pé Badagry kì í ṣògo? Ta ló sọ pé Badagry kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà? Ẹ sọ fún Pálá ìgbọ̀kọ̀ mà ní kó dákẹ́. Ẹnìkan ò lè gbá kátà lọ́wọ́ àlàkìtì. Ẹnìkan ò lè gbálé bàbá mọ́ lọ́wọ́ mọ́. Dòmẹ́nu wẹ́dọ̀gbà kìíní tán máa yá wọlé. Mẹ́nu wẹ́dọ̀gbà kìíní tán máa yá wọlé. Dòmẹ́nu wẹ́dọ̀gbà kìíní tán máa yá wọlé. Ta ló sọ pé Badagry kì í ṣògo? Ta ló sọ pé Badagry kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà? Ẹ sọ fún Pálá ìgbọ̀kọ̀ mà ní kó dákẹ́. Ẹnìkan ò lè gbá kátà lọ́wọ́ àlàkìtì. Ẹnìkan ò lè gbálé bàbá mọ́ lọ́wọ́ mọ́.
So my people, welcome back. Ta ló lè gbálé ọmọ ilé ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ, kò sẹ́ni tó lè gbálé ọmọ bàbá ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ. Badagry is a Lagos. Is Lagos itself is Lagos. Nowhere is Lagos because it all started here in Badagry. So sir, welcome today. Welcome. So we have few questions for you. Just few to answer. So sir, Mr. Mesewaku Olajide, I have the first Olaide. I have the first question for you. Sir, please, can you give us a brief history about the evolution of Badagry Diaspora Festival?
Well, thank you very much. The festival started around 1998, first as a Badagry Cultural Festival and later Badagry Festival. But at some point, with the consent of His Royal Majesty, the Akram of Badagry, we decided that we use that festival. We use part of the festival as a dedication to the Africans in the diaspora who, both dead and living, who has contributed to the emancipation of the black race out there in the diaspora. So during this period, we had a privilege of inviting the head, that is of the diaspora, NIDCOM, that is Nigerian Diaspora Commission. But then he was still a member of the House of Representatives, but it was a head committee on diaspora. So we had the real privilege of having her here in Badagry. So he attended the festival at a particular year. So when he saw the diaspora content in the festival, so he now suggested to African Renaissance Foundation that I could see a lot of content of the diaspora in this festival. So why not name it Badagry Diaspora Festival. So the members sat over it and we believe, come. Badagry, when it comes to the issue of transatlantic slave trade, Badagry played unfortunately, Badagry played a pivotal role. So it was an exit point for the dispersal of the enslaved Africans on the transatlantic slave trade. So while we feel that we can also use it as an entry point for the Africans in the diaspora who are willing and yearning to reconnect, with their roots. So unanimously we agree that let us make this festival. I want us to rename the festival Badagry Diaspora Festival. So that is how we have what we now call the Badagry Diaspora Festival.
Okay, sir. I have a little question to add for you. According to the history, this is the 4th edition of Diaspora Festival. That means since you named the festival Diaspora, this is the 4th celebration. Please, can you tell us the year that it started?
I think it started around 2017 when the festival was dedicated to Marcus Garvey. And you know, Marcus Garvey was one of a leading and one of the most revered African. So if you are talking about the struggle for emancipation, because he took a lead in the struggle for the return back to Africa. So he was very famous globally. So Marcus Garvey was a global brand. So that year we deemed it necessary to honor Marcus Garvey with that festival. But unfortunately, you know, we were supposed, we were expected to have his son, Marcus Garvey Jr., as one of our guests for that festival. But unfortunately, he was unable to make it back then. But thank God for this year, we are going to receive Marcus Garvey here in Badagry.
Wow, that is so great. So we are having Junior Marcus Garvey here in Badagry. Wow, that is great.
Níbo lè kó
Badagry lè kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Mo ní níbo lè kó
Badagry ní Naija ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
A ní níbo lè kó
Badagry lè kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Níbo lè kó
Badagry ní Naija ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Civilization start from Badagry.
Badagry lè kó ti
Sọ pé
bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
níbo lè kó
Badagry ní Naija ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Mo ní níbo lè kó
Badagry lè kó ti
A
bẹ̀rẹ̀
ní
o.
níbo lè kó
Badagry ní Naija ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Who say Badagry no be part of Nigeria o Badagry na so that the
Ilé wa o.
Abe ire
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 So welcome back, my people, Welcome back. So now you can call into our studio line 09027210343 if you have any question for us or you have anything to add to it. And don't forget to like our Facebook page at Naija Tourism Radio. Comment, share, and our Instagram page Naija Tourism Radio. Once again, our line 09027210343. So, Mr. Anago Osho, right, sir? So, I have a question for you. Why Diaspora Festival?
Why Diaspora Festival?
Yes, sir.
When we talk about diaspora and the relationship with Africa diaspora, it takes us back hundreds of years ago when the ancestors were taken away. At the time, there was what we call the slave coast in West Africa. Now, other places like Ghana was referred to as Gold Coast. We have Pepper Coast. we have Ivory Coast. But the entity that is known as Badagry was part of that area called the Slave Coast, meaning hundreds, millions of people were taken from the slave port of Badagry to the Americas. So why Diaspora? The Diaspora festival that we are celebrating in Badagry is the celebration of millions of our ancestors that were taken away from the shores of Badagry. When you look around West Africa, you look around the country called Nigeria today, where is that place that Diaspora festival ought to be celebrated, if not Badagry? That was why when the festival was agreed to be changed to Badagry Diaspora Festival, we didn't think twice, because when we talk about diaspora, it's about Badagry, because there are evidences around Badagry to show that the unfortunate event that took millions of our ancestors away from the shores of Africa, a lot of it took place here in Badagry. So today, we have agreed, and it's not just that we have agreed to celebrate Badagry Festival, but we have recognized our families in diaspora. Badagry and Nigeria is saying, come home, welcome, come back. We are here. We know you are taken from here. Come, come, come. That is the essence of Badagry Diaspora Festival. In New York, we have the Irish community. In New York, we have the Jewish community outside. Now, what happens to our families in diaspora? In Jamaica, in Trinidad and Tobago, we want them to know that, look, the motherland, Africa, loves you, and we recognize you. And we know that you are from here. We are saying, welcome home. That is why we have Badagry Diaspora Festival. We are stretching out that hand of love to our families in diaspora. They are everywhere. We love them. Nigeria is saying, come home. Badagry is saying, we love you.
Wow, I'm seriously touched. Like,
mi bojo mi do ma yiwe gbe bo mo mejule ibo mi mojo mi do ma yiwe gbe to bo leye tan o we gbe yan o yen je iwe no boro we gbe yan o yen je iwe ibo mi bojo mi do ma yiwe gbe bo mo mejule ibo mi bojo mi do ma yiwe gbe to Africa o we gbe yan o yen je iwe no boro we gbe yan
so my people, that is the reason why we have Diaspora Festival. We gbe yan mi bo bi wa we gbe mi wa we gbe come home. Come home, my people out there. Are you home already? Because I know it's been a stressful day. So, Mr. Peter Olaide Mesewaku, what are the benefits of this festival called Diaspora Festival to the Badagry, to the people in there, and to the community?
There is a lot to benefit from the festival. Let me inform you that sometimes last year there was this Eyigbeti conference an annual Ngbeti conference. So this conference is usually attended by experts in different phases of human endeavor. So it is usually sponsored by the Lagos State government, and so the rationale behind this conference is for these people to come up with idea or a roadmap for the government. So which way to take and step to be taken for the growth and development of Lagos State. So in that conference, one of the resolutions of that conference was to make Badagry the diaspora village of Lagos State. So that is to tell you that that is the line that the state government is taking. So we as a people in Badagry, you see, we have that niche. We have that uniqueness, because what we have in Badagry, some countries don't even have it. For example, I've had the rare privilege of traveling to other countries outside Africa that has a story or history related to transatlantic. For example, I've been to the Gambia, and I know, even as a nation, what Badagry has in terms of history related to transatlantic. Even Gambia, does not have it. And you know that the story of Root, written by Alex Hadley, started in Senegambia. You understand? So you see, it is a niche. What we because, like I said earlier, Badagry was like Mr. Anago said earlier, Badagry was referred to as the slave coast in history book, because when they came, Africa, West Africa precisely, were divided into Upper and Lower Guinea. So presently we find ourselves in the Lower Guinea, and those places was named after that primary thing that was obtained from that particular region. For example, back then the area of Sierra Leone and Guinea were referred to as the Great Coast. So we have Ivory Coast down there, Cote d'Ivoire, but there a lot of elephants were discovered. So ivory was the major thing that was exported from that part of the world. So we also have Gold Coast, now known as Ghana, and that's because of large deposits of gold that was discovered in Ghana. And the last one is the Slave Coast. And the Slave Coast, we have Badagry in Nigeria, and we have Huida in the Republic of Benin. We are told that Slave Coast accounted for 3 out of 10 slaves that led the shore of West Africa. So that to show the volume and the concentration of slavery activities in Badagry. And let me tell you that one of the oldest slave ports in West Africa was established in Badagry in the year 1510 by the Portuguese. And one of the oldest slave markets along the west coast of Africa was equally established here in Badagry in the year 1502, called the Vlekete Slave Market. Slavery in Badagry began in the year 1473, and it was abolished in the year 1852, and it continued illegally until 1888 before it was finally abolished. And if you sum it up, that gives you 417 years of slavery in Badagry. So there is no other place in Nigeria that is qualified to have a diaspora festival, because Badagry was responsible, like I told you, it was referred to as slave coast, and we are responsible for at least 3 out of 10 slaves that led the shore of West Africa, to start to show the volume and the concentration of activities in Badagry. So there's no other place in West Africa or in Nigeria that is qualified to have diaspora. So there's a lot in it for us, because once you have visitors coming in, it is a good omen. Let me tell you something. Let's use Oshoshobo for as an example. We are told that Oshoshobo receives nothing less than 500,000 both local and international annually. When they come, these people will need accommodation. They don't bring food from their homes. They will need food. They will need local transportation. They want to buy souvenirs and everything, and a lot more. So let me tell you something. Let me share my experience with you. The first time I visited Oshoshobo, during the Oshoshobo, it was my that trip was actually sponsored by Lagos State Ministry of Tourism. So I was part of that contingent that attended that festival that particular year. So when we entered the town of Oshobo, there was crowd everywhere. So there was a particular place I saw people eating. So I now asked one of my late colleagues, Mr. Odulade, that come, is there a party going on here? Because that was my first visit to Oshogbo. He said no. So there are people who came for the festival. They are eating. It was like a big party.
Wow.
And after that, I had that privilege of visiting Oshogbo after the festival, and it was empty. That same restaurant that I went to, that I saw a large crowd, there was virtually nobody there. So that is the power of. So there is a lot in terms of, because the first time Marcus Garvey was supposed to come back to Badagry, that is Marcus Garvey Jr., he was already thinking of having a health-related investment in Badagry. So it brings about investment, a lot of investment.
So, sir,
transformation of Badagry. See, that is our niche. That is the strength that we have. So we can use that to attract a lot of. Imagine having all these Africans in the diaspora coming. Because you see, let me tell you something. One of the biggest resources, African resources outside Africa, and that is the diaspora. You see, if you look at the Jewish breakthrough in the military, they depends solely on the Jews in the diaspora. Look at the Indians. You know, the health tourism today, medical tourism today, has made, India very thick, and who are responsible? They are the Indians in the diaspora. Look at the Japanese. Their breakthrough in the technology is, through the Jews in the diaspora. So why can't we do same for Badagry? Let us bring them back home. So in terms of information and technology, sincerely speaking, if you allow these people to come, sincerely speaking, it is taking Badagry to the next level.
Let me go home to my motherland. Home is good, I am going home.
This is Nigeria's numero uno radio on tourism, Nigeria Tourism Radio.
Let me go home to be my people. I beg you don't stop me. Let me go home to my motherland.
So my people, welcome back. Our studio line again 09027210343. So we can hear the benefits of this festival called Diaspora Festival from Mr. Peter Olaide. One of the benefits is that through that we can make investments, we earn, and we make sales. So sir, in terms of making sales, Mr. Anagosha, I would love to ask you this question. What are the unique selling points of this festival?
You must understand that Badagry Diaspora Festival has international characteristics. The selling point is basically what the town stands for. As a result of its history, what have happened 100 years ago. That is why we are inviting them back home. The selling point is the international character of the festival. When people come to Badagry, they don't sleep on the street. They sleep in hotels. So hoteliers make profit. You ask Mr. Peter the benefits of the festival. It's still the selling point of the festival, to an extent. We have artists in Badagry. We are talking about souvenir markets. Don't forget that students, there are certain things they were taught in the class. Festivals are avenues for students to come and learn certain things they were taught in class, but they see the practical aspect of it. that we call field trip. You learn new things during festivals. You see, and festivals, and the selling point again is that even we as a people, festival fosters unity. It brings the community together. It gives us pride. It makes so, despite the fact that the festival, Badagry Diaspora Festival, has international characteristics, it also helps us locally. It helps every one of us, our children, to really know who they are, because it's an opportunity for us to showcase our different heritages, our different culture, because people from different communities come together to showcase what we have for our brothers and sisters in diaspora to see and understand what used to happen here, what they left behind, what their ancestors left behind hundreds of years ago.
That is a version of the Yoruba version of Ogun Ajobo. So at Ogu Toplicent Shrine, that is very close to the Catholic, the Agbelata market. So they are also going to offer prayers there for the prosperity of the Badagry community. Then that's for the day one. That's on the 19th of October. Then on the 20th of October. So in the procession with that will hold. The procession start at the Palace of the Akran Badagry. So it takes them around major communities. At the Palace of the Akran of Badagry. So by then we are going to have a chieftaincy title bestowed on we are going names by the Diaspora Royal quarters around around 3 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So on around 7, a drama presentation at Badagry Charter. Professor Shola Fusudo, who is the manager of that charter, is a legend. So the Diaspora. So that is for day 2. So day 3 is the D-Day. That is the grand finale, which holds at Gaho, along Gaho Marina. So we are going to have the walk from the point of no return, beautiful jetty. So we have the boat regatta performance that takes them to Gaho. They are going to perform the ride. And it is hoped that the governor, Mr. Baba, there will be the door for return for the Africans in the diaspora. So after that, we have a parade. We're going to have speeches from the governor, from Marcus Garvey Jr. himself. So also by Honorable Abike Dabiri and several other dignitaries at that occasion. So, and after which we are going to have different cultural performances. We are going to have the Sato performance. We are going to have the Zangweto performance. We are going to performances. We'll hold. And in the evening, we are going to have the gala night event. That's 2023 edition of the Diaspora
Hospital.
But you see, the festival is like a big elephant. So everyone will have their share of it. So we should just position ourselves and to see how we can actually tap into this into these resources. From the point of view of the local tour operators that we have, you can package a tour, the tour guide too. You can sell that product for those in the souvenir, for those in the craft and souvenir market. It is an opportunity for them to showcase their stuff, because you see, the festival definitely will attract a number of people within and outside Nigeria to Badagry. So the hoteliers, and I want to tell you that right now, some of the hotels in Badagry are fully booked. So that is the effect of. So stakeholders in tourism should see it as a big opportunity for Badagry, because like I said, it's a niche tourism, and if we grow it together, because we can't do it alone. African Reserve Foundation cannot do it alone, so all hands must be on deck. Let us work together. So this is a festival. You see, if you remove that diaspora from that festival, sincerely speaking, I think the likes of Marcus Garvey may never come to Badagry. But it's because of that spiritual connection, and because of the history of the transcendentalists that is bringing them back to Badagry. So